Hey baby, it's your Georgie, Georgie, knocking on your door. Hey baby, it's your Georgie, Georgie, don't you love me anymore? Hey baby, it's your Georgie, Georgie, you just gotta let me in. Hold everything, baby, baby, please put down the gun. At least you got to give poor Georgie one last chance to run. Hey baby, Georgie, I'm too young to die. Hey baby, it's your Georgie, Georgie, I'm your ever-loving guy. Hold everything, baby, baby, please put down the gun. At least you got to give poor Georgie one last chance to run. Hey baby, it's your Georgie, Georgie, don't you think I look sincere? Hey baby, it's your Georgie, Georgie, I'm getting out of here. I'm getting out of here. I gotta get out of here. I'm getting out of here. I'm gone. Hey baby, it's your Georgie, Georgie, knocking on your door. Hey baby, it's your Georgie, Georgie, don't you love me anymore? Hey baby, it's your Georgie, Georgie, let me tell you where I've been. Hey baby, it's your Georgie, Georgie, you just gotta let me in. Hold everything, baby, baby, please put down the gun. At least you got to give poor Georgie one last chance to run. Hey baby, it's your Georgie, Georgie, I'm too young to die. Hey baby, it's your Georgie, Georgie, I'm your ever-loving guy. Hold everything, baby, baby, please put down the gun. At least you got to give poor Georgie one last chance to run. Hey baby, it's your Georgie, Georgie, don't you think I look sincere? Hey baby, it's your Georgie, Georgie, I'm getting out of here. I'm getting out of here. I gotta get out of here. I'm getting out of here. I'm gone.
Good evening, folks, and welcome to the Wi-Fi test of Paranormal Tech. Just give me 2 seconds to put one or two wee things in. It's just starting to rain. Just take in memory of the people who lost their lives on the 31st of July 1975. May they rest in peace. That's what we're doing the Wi-Fi test on. Just be with you in 1 second. So let's turn around this, guys, and we try the Wi-Fi test. Great picture and sound. Just going to turn this. Good evening, guys, and welcome to the Wi-Fi test from Paranormal Tech. You can hear cars from the background. We're just sitting on the motorway as we speak. We're in Northern Ireland as we speak, and we just want to do a Wi-Fi test on our next paranormal investigation. Just let me know if everybody. Caroline, hello Lorna, hello Ghost Adventures Cornwall. Just let me know if you can hear me live and kicking. Let me know that before we start our little story. Just let me know in chat. You're going to fix everything up here. We're not going to be too long at this. This is just a Wi-Fi test. Let me know if you can hear me in chat. Yes, says Caroline. There's Caroline. So hello, Caroline. Hello, Lorna. So what brought me... I always do like to do a paranormal investigation. Before I do a paranormal investigation, a Wi-Fi test to make sure everything is up and running, but it looks to be all fine here. So why did I choose this location? Lorna's there. Lorna is my sister. As you can see, Lorna's there. Lorna is my sister there. She's watching us live from Galway. I am up in the north of Ireland now. Why did I pick this location, Georgie Porgy? And you've seen this little sign starting, is because my next investigation is going to be the Miami show band massacre. Why did I pick the Miami show band is myself come from a musical background. My mother and Lorna's mum, our mums and dad, have actually were in the show bands in the 60s, 70s and 80s in Republic of Ireland. And my father was William Howard. He came from Manchester in England, and he started his show band career in Manchester, and he did his show band all over England, and he moved his way into Republic of Ireland. And he did a live show band in County Monaghan, where he met my mother, and they became Stella and the Embers, and they were a big show band back in the 60s, 70s and 80s. And that is why you hear, probably more than likely, you'll hear a lot of music in our paranormal investigations, because music is what puts smiles on people's faces. The Miami show band is what I am concentrating in our next paranormal investigation. The Miami show band were like the next Beatles. The next Beatles in Ireland. They were absolutely a fantastic show band. And like my mother and father, they were in the show band back in the 60s, 70s and 80s. But back in the 60s and 70s and 80s, it just wasn't show bands. The show bands used to keep all the youth, and they used to go all to the local townie halls, and they used to go to all the new community centres and local hotels and deliver the show bands. So you had loads of different types of show bands back in the 60s and 70s and 80s in Ireland, and Miami show band were one of these bands in Ireland that is just starting to lash now. I'm just going to get the rampart. Just give me a second now in case the rampart gets wet. Is there shelter under here? Yeah, there is shelter under here. So we'll go back to the car. I just want to make sure that the rampart doesn't get wet. So it's not going to get absolutely soaking. So let's go back to the car. There's more shelter back in the car. So let's go back to the story here. So the Miami show band. The Miami show band were one of these other show bands, like my mother and father, back in the 60s and 70s, used to entertain the people of Ireland back in them times. And it doesn't matter if you're Catholic, Protestant, you're Chinese, it doesn't matter. Everybody got on well back in the 60s and 70s. They used to forget about the bad times in Ireland. They used to go to the show bands, and they used to enjoy the entertainment and the music. It was fantastic. And the Miami show band were one of these people, were one of these groups that used to travel all around Ireland and entertain the people that had big followers. As I said, they were like the next Beatles. So they were coming from Banbridge. They're just after finishing the gig and heading to Dublin. Two other of the band members drove to location, but the rest of the crew were coming from Banbridge, just in Belfast, outside Belfast, and heading up this direction where I am now. And they were stopped by British, like you know how a Garda has a Garda stop, to stop vehicles, a checkpoint. But in them times, it was the British, because you're crossing the border. It was the British Army at the time were doing this road, and when the British Army did a checkpoint on this road. And how we know it's the British Army, because the driver in question says, "It's okay, lads. It's the British Army. They're doing a checkpoint here, guys. We'll be on the road. We'll be on the road again in a couple of minutes." So when they did the checkpoint, we'll show you where we are in a few minutes. And when they did do the checkpoint and they pulled in, the soldiers in present on the night asked the people in present, the Miami show band, to step out of the vehicle and step up along the side of the road. So the Miami show band got out of their vehicle, and they were lined up outside the road, which the Miami show band at the time thought was very, very unusual, to be asked to get out of their vehicle and to be standing beside the road. And usually when they do a checkpoint, they just stick their head in and do a quick look and off you go. But in this night in question, when the Miami show band were travelling on this road, coming back from Banbridge, they were asked to pull in and get out of the vehicle, which they did. And it was all nice and all nice chatty and everything. And all of a sudden, a British man came into the conversation. He was another soldier dressed up in a very posh English voice, and he disappeared. The soldiers on question tonight, their attitude changed as well. They were getting more sturdy. And after a couple of seconds, there was a massive explosion here where we're standing. The van blew up, and many people were killed here in the spot, belonged to the Miami show band, and 2 of the people that were involved in planting this bomb on the Miami show band were dead at the location as well. This case is an ongoing case in Ireland. It's going on for 44 years. Last week, the Miami show band were murdered here in this spot. And I say murdered, yes, they were murdered. That's why they call it the Miami show band massacre, because the British Army named Captain Iraq planted a bomb in the back of the Miami show band's van with guns. But the plan went wrong. The van blew up. The 2 soldiers in person were died here on this spot, planting that bomb in it, and the guns, and the Miami show band themselves. Their band members died, and I think there was 2 survivors, if not 3 survivors. But the survivors, when the van here, when it was parked here on the side of the road, right here, when the vehicle did blow up here at this location, the British Army made a big mistake, because one of the survivors was blown with the explosion behind here, where this place is here, where the explosion, one of the band members was flung into the bushes behind here, and he could hear the people of his show band. He was calling out on their names. He called out the first 3, no answers at all. He called out 2 more. There was a young apprentice working for the Miami show band named Robert, and he was screaming out for help. He was calling for his mammy, my mammy, my mammy. And he could see from the bushes where he was hiding, in this location, that the English soldier in pressures with the big English posh action voice came down this roadway here and said to the soldiers, "Finish them off." Once he said that, there was a shooting spree going on for about 10 seconds, and they killed everybody in spot. But they never looked behind the bushes here, where there was some survivors left of the Miami show band, and that is how we know the English voice of Captain Iraq was involved in it. Robert was a young apprentice, and these guys here were brutally murdered here. And believe it or not, it's 44 years last week that this is happening in Ireland. So it's an ongoing case here with the Miami show band, but the British intelligence are trying to keep passing it on. But fair play to the members of the Miami show band. He will never give up. He will never ever give up, and that is the way to be. So I could be going on here for ages explaining the stories about the Miami show bands. They're absolutely a wonderful show band back in its heyday. So I said, why not? Let's do a paranormal investigation here, where the Miami show band were absolutely massacred and murdered here in the spot. So what I'm going to do, I'm doing a Wi-Fi test here. Carolyn's at home. I have about a half an hour to spare. I ran out here, and we're going to just show you that we're going to walk up and down the road. I'm not ignoring chat. Our moderators is there. Caroline is there as well. Let me show you the spot where it happened. I have the rampart in the location where it happened. I may do one spirit box session here. But I just want to do a Wi-Fi walk up and down the road, show you where it happened. And before I do, I had the car parked up here 10 minutes. And a yellow number plate van pulled up beside me. He reversed near enough to the head of the road. He came over and asked me what was I doing. I explained my situation, and his response was, "Well, fair play to you, fair juice to you, getting the story out there. Keep this story going, because the Miami show band were absolutely murdered and massacred." They tried to blame the Miami show band for delivering bombs and guns in around the bad times in Ireland, but it fell back on them because they had people survived here in the back. So Paranormal Tech are going to deliver a paranormal investigation here where the Miami show band were murdered here on the spot. But not tonight. Tonight is only for a Wi-Fi test. We may or may not do a spirit box session. But I want to show you the area first. So I'm going to turn around the camera. I'm going to turn off this light and show you the area where they were all murdered. So, as you can hear behind me, that is the motorway. The motorway is right behind me. It's going to turn on the camera. So the motorway is down here. So let's walk down this way, and we'll walk up and down the road maybe twice, and then we'll show you the locales. This was the old road, one time going from Banbridge, heading up towards Dundalk and surrounding areas. These were the old roads here. We walk far as the motorway, so you can picture the Miami show band coming home at 2:30 in the morning, 20 to 3, and driving down these roads after delivering a nice entertainment night to the people in Miami show band. So they were driving down these roads, and you can picture the British Army doing a checkpoint just like this on the middle of the road, and they were told to stop. So they would have become, that's the way to Dundalk. This is the old road, the motorway. We will actually walk down the motorway, and we'll walk back up. So you can picture after a big long night entertainment, heading towards the next gig. I don't know where they could have been travelling up towards Dundalk, or to Drogheda. They could be going to, and that bomb that was implanted by the English Captain Iraq fell. It actually fell backwards in them, because that bomb could have blown up in any spot. It could have killed hundreds of people in any town or villages. So there you go. That is the motorway just out here, the A1 heading into Dundalk. You can see it here. Old road. This was the old road heading into Banbridge. This was the old road going to Banbridge. So you can see my car parked away up there. Not ignoring chat. I'm trying to deliver the story to you, so you know when we're doing our next paranormal investigation, you know what's going to happen. So you can picture when the British Army were parked up along this road here. When the British Army were parked up along this road, waiting to ambush the Miami show band. Miami show band to come in, and they told them to pull in where my car is up there. I got them to step out. Captain Iraq would have came from this direction here to believe that he was staying in Dundalk, and they would have lined up the Miami show band up here, and they would have planted the bomb and guns in the back of their van, but it went haywire. It blew up there and then, and the two soldiers that planted the bomb were found in this locality here when they came back to investigate the area. So this is where it all happened. So the Miami show band pulled in here, just in here. They would have pulled in here, and the van exploded there. And this is where the area where it all happened. This is where they were all killed, here in this little location. So let's bring you to it. So the van with the checkpoint would have been roughly around here, and they got the van to pull in here. So they would have planted the bombs in here, and this is where it went haywire. The whole lot just blew up, and this is where the British Army would have stood over here and shot the Miami show band here in this locality. So you can see there's ribbons tied on the trees here for the souls that have died and the people who have died. You can see they've tied little ribbons here, and there's little butterflies as well. You can see them here. You can see it all here. All the ribbons are all tied here for each one of the people that have died in the Miami show band massacre. You can see all the ribbons tied here to the trees. They're all down here. And over the years, in memory of the people who lost their lives in July the 31st, 1975, may they rest in peace. So you can see it there. That's the logo there. So I'm just going to show you that as well. So I'm just going to try and bring in, not ignoring chat. People have little flowers, right? I just put the rampart there just in case anything does happen. And people have put in their own little ribbons in remarkable respect of the Miami show band here. I don't know if I can read. There's more ribbons all the way down there as well, tied down there, and even into that field. You can see it down there. And there's little sticks. So they've written here, HG will something broken hearted. is and set. It's all mungled and jungled, so that some people have their own little messages. I'm just going to put that back there again. I don't know if you can read that. Is mine. I don't know if you can read that. I can't read a report to be sorted. I can't. It's all mungled and jungled. That's another one. And I don't know, are the prayers or something? Yeah, they're in the Lord. Peace resigned in this Lord. These are all kind of prayers. These are all little prayers lifting here. So I just want to try and bring it through you as best as I can. And just bring you through it. You can picture like back in 1975 when the Miami Show Band were all lined up here. And Captain Nairak, it's the story to be told, that gave the orders. When the bomb blew up, they didn't expect it to blow up. They just fired and shot, and they tried to blame the Miami Show Band for delivering bombs around Ireland, which backfired on them. That's the story goes. And I said I just want to bring you to this site and show you this wonderful site. I wouldn't call it wonderful, but a sad place to come. So we'll just show you there, which can bring you up another bit as far as the end of the other road and see what else we can see. And we're just going to walk you up to the very top. This is the old A1 road back in the time. It goes all the way up here. So I'll show you, and I ignored the chat right now. I'll get to the chat in a few minutes. That is the main road out there. So once I go out there and turn left, I'm in Dundalk in about 10 minutes. And there's the sign there for Banbridge. That is where the Miami Show Band were only at, but the motorway wasn't here in the time. This was the old road going to Banbridge. And the Miami Show Band were travelling down this road here, and there was a checkpoint and we know it was the British Army because the driver in question says, "Don't worry lads, it's only the British Army here doing a checkpoint." And they pulled in here, right in here, and they were asked to come out of the van. They knew then there was something up straight away when they were asked to come out of the van, and that's when it all happened, when the bomb exploded. Yeah, and then they started firing, and this is where they were all massacred. I also told there's another wee house up here that is haunted. So we're just going to come right underneath the tree. This is where we're going to do our next paranormal investigation. Do no window. When we do come, if this is what I want to do, let's see can we pick up anything. So we're just going to turn around the camera. Let's turn around the camera. So before we finish, we know the Wi-Fi is working 100%. Life After Life TV, Matt T UK is there. Now Matt T UK, he is a great follower to the channel, so you might be interested in the story, Matt, as well. I don't know what everybody has their own story to this about the Miami Show Band. Everybody has different thoughts, but the thoughts that I'm picking up, and I watched on Netflix, there's a new program about the Miami Show Band in it, and it all really does add up. And Captain Iraq, he was given orders to do a raid here on the Miami Show Band, and it's believed that Captain Iraq implanted the bombs in the back of this van and the guns, but it done a U-turn on them. But people around the world do not want this story to be forgotten about, because it's 44 years going on now, and it's a time that it end. Because when the Miami Show Band were out, entertainment, doesn't matter if you're Catholic or Protestant, it doesn't matter what, everybody enjoyed the music. Music is the power of soul of everybody inside you, and it doesn't matter about the violence and the guns and the troubles. Music will outlive everybody, and music is the answer to everything. So that is the Miami Show Band. This is where they've been. This is where we will be doing our next live investigation, and we will be going live here. I'm not going to do a spirit box session here, because I tell you what, I'm going to keep it for the night of the entertainment. And it'd be nice to come back here and look forward to it, because if we do a spirit box session now, it's only going to ruin. We will be here live. I don't know when we were going to be live here, but we will be live here, I would say, in the next night. So what I'm going to do is
You'll be surprised.
what I'm going to do is I am going to play a song in memory of the Miami Show Band here before we go. And I'll see, can I find it here now? And I'm going to play it in memory of the Miami Show Band. And then let's hope that you enjoy me in my next live stream here, where I will be coming here to do a live investigation here of the Miami Show Band. We don't know is the place haunted or is it going to be a great investigation, but this is the site of where the Miami Show Band were murdered and killed. So sit back and then take a minute of this one. So I'm just going to try and get it up and running first, and sit back and just take your time in memory of the people who have been killed here, and we'll play this in memory of their souls. We'll see, can we get it up here? So enjoy, guys.
Hey baby, it's your Georgie Porgy knocking on your door. Hey baby, it's your Georgie Porgy. Don't you love me anymore? Hey baby, it's your Georgie Porgy. Let me tell you where I've been. Hey baby, it's your Georgie Porgy. You just gotta let me in. Hold everything, baby, baby. Please put down my gun. At least you got to give poor Georgie one last chance to run. Hey baby, it's the Georgie Porgy. I'm too young to die. Hey baby, it's the Georgie Porgy. I'm your ever-loving guy. Hold everything, baby, baby. Please put down the gun. At least you got to give poor Georgie one last chance to run. Hey baby, it's the Georgie Porgy. Don't you think I look sincere? Hey baby, it's your Georgie Porgy. I'm getting out of here. I'm getting out of here. I gotta get out of here. I'm getting out of here. I'm gone.
So that is a memory of the Miami Show Band, who have in memory of all the Miami Show Band who lost their lives on 31st of July 1975. May they rest in peace. And that's including the two soldiers who were involved of planting that bomb. We're just going to turn around and talk to one or two of them. I've never heard that song before, laughing it out. So that is actually Georgie Porgy, Miami Show Band. That's one of their songs, their big hits. Anne reads, we worked together in this one, and you wanted to see this, and so did Caroline. I think this place is absolutely a fantastic location, and it's the Miami Show Band, and it's sad what happened here, and let's hope that this story will continue on. Like and share it on your social media, and we will go live here in our next investigation. And very, very sad story. So we hope you enjoyed it. And I just want to know, is Caroline still watching live and chat? Is Caroline still there? Is Caroline still there? What you want to see is, Caroline, have we got time to do a spirit box session before we leave? And if Caroline says to come home, let's see, is Caroline mightn't be even watching, guys. If Caroline's there, we might do one spirit box session before it goes. Caroline, are you watching? Are you still with us, Caroline? Have we time to do one spirit box session, Caroline, here for the folks who are watching? We've 15 people watching. Yes, you have. So let's do one spirit box session here. Not guarantee you that it's going to work at this one, but I delivered a small story to you. So let's try one. Let's try one. I have the man meter here on the rampart here. I'm actually going to put the RAM pod over here. The letter K, S is here, underneath these ribbons here. You can see all the ribbons here on the trees. So I'm going to put the RAM pod here, on this here. And let's do a spirit box session. But what I'm going to do is going to walk away and go into the boot of the car. And I'm going to go into the boot of the car and just see when we pick up, you might hear it a bit better. So we'll walk away from the RAM pod so you can hear when I'm in the boot of the car. It might be just that bit better for us. So just letting you know as well, myself and Caroline are getting packed, and we're getting ready to deliver another paranormal investigation live in Greece, in Corfu. We are leaving next Tuesday, and we're going. Myself and Caroline are. I'll tell you something. If there's anybody who deserves a holiday, and that is Caroline and myself, and we're going to be live in Ipsus in Greece next week at 33 degrees in heat, and we're going to do a paranormal investigation live in YouTube. So Caroline, if you're there, I love you to bits, and I'm really looking forward to this year's holiday, because we had a really hard flipping year for now, and I'm really looking forward to it. So she deserves it, and I'm really looking forward to it. So she's my world. That lady is. She's my world. So let's do a spirit box session here. So let's go. And we're going to turn. Good evening, spirits. My name is Philip. Is there any members of the Miami show band around me, please? Is there any members of the Miami show band around me, please? My name is Philip from Paranormal Tech. I'm just doing a story in relation to the Miami show band massacre in 1975. Brutally murdered here at this location, believed by Captain Nairak. Robert was a wee young lad. He was apprentice from the Miami show band as well. Is there any spirits of the Miami show band in this location right now wish to come forward and speak to us through the devices we have in our hand? Please do not be afraid. I come with love, joy and respect. Any spirits of the Miami show band, Robert, or any of the members who died at this location, can you come forward please and tell us what happened? What happened? Can you tell me what happened? Can you tell me what happened, spirits? What happened here at this location? Can you tell me what happened here at this location? Mafia. Are you saying there was a mafia? Were you saying there's a mafia? Can you tell me what happened here? Is Robert here? The Miami show band? Can you say Miami? Can you say Miami show band for me? Is it? Please do not be afraid. Come around, please. I'm just going to try and read it out.
Yeah, free.
In memory of the people who lost their lives. Who lost their lives on the 31st of July, 1975. The Miami show band were brutally murdered here at this spot. Robert was a young chap. He was apprentice. He was shot in his head here. A mountain. It's lashing here, guys. Just gonna let her run for a minute. Is there any spirits here which come forward, please? Let me try one more, guys. Is there any soldiers here involved of the bombing? Are you here? Would you like to apologise to the people of Ireland? Come on. Can any spirits come forward, please, of the Miami show band? My name is Philip. What happened here in 1975? Come on. Is Robert here? Robert? You... Right, guys, I'm not going to do too much more of the spirit box. I want to keep it for the night. So we hope you enjoyed this quick link. And we're going to leave with this one, and then we're going to just last one out. Let's go.
Hey baby, it's your Georgie, knocking on your door. Hey baby, it's your Georgie, don't you love me anymore? Hey baby, it's your Georgie, let me tell you where I've been. Hey, it's your Georgie, you just gotta let me in. Hold everything, baby, please put down the gun. At least you got to give poor Georgie last chance to run. Hey baby,
It's a Georgie, and God will you die.
hey
JB, it's a Georgie,
I'm
rather than guy.
hold
Baby,
At least you got to give poor Georgie one last chance to run.
hey baby, it's a Georgie.
Don't you think I look sincere? Hey baby, it's your Georgie, I'm getting out of here. I'm getting out of here. I gotta get out of here. I'm getting out of here. I'm gone.
Okay, guys, join us in our next live stream here, and we're going to continue on the investigation of the Miami show band Massacre. So we're just going to turn the device around so you can see me. Let's turn around the camera. And will it turn around for me? There it is. So we're just going to turn around this, and this is where you miss Caroline because I'm trying to juggle around everything. So there we go. And we're going to see you live here in our next live stream in relation to the Miami show band Massacre. So please like and share. Don't know what day it is. Could be tomorrow night. It could be. It's going to be done before the weekend anyway. I will be here live doing a live investigation here of the Miami show band Massacre. We don't know, is the place haunted? We just want the story to continue. You know the story if you're a regular viewer to our channel of Captain Nyrak, where we picked him up in Ravensdale Wood in some other investigations. So it's goodbye for me. It's goodbye for Caroline. And like and share, spread it on your social media. Miami show band Massacre. We're going to do a live one, and we will do it live here. Hopefully before the weekend. It could be tomorrow night, but I will put up a notification about an hour before it, and that's the only way I can do it. Probably an hour before we can go. Just going to knock off everything, make sure we have everything knocked off because it takes everything to charge up, and knock off the boombox. But
Connection is broken.
not going to guarantee. Not every place is haunted. Not every place is going to have spirits and hiding and all that crack. But the story that I did deliver to you about the Miami show band Massacre. This did happen back in 1975. We will be live hopefully maybe tomorrow night, if not Friday night. Possibly it could be tomorrow night. I would say we'll be live at 7:30. It will be early on. So appreciate everybody coming on to the live stream, testing the Wi-Fi. The Wi-Fi does work. We see you live in here. This is going to be our next live investigation before we go to Greece in Ipsos. So thanks very much, everybody, joining. With 40 minutes done, it's enough. We'll be here in our next live stream. Thank you very much, Sean August Bonnet. Make sure you spread it to your social media. Miami Show Band Massacre live from Paranormal Tech. Not guaranteed we're going to get much, but we're going to give it a good try. See you soon. God bless. See you soon. Bye bye.